Morning everyone. Morning Rob, Jed, Mehmet. Oh, you saying John, Madge, Trend, Stu. Morning Stu. There's news. Yeah, there's loads of news today. There's fucking loads. There's already been news as well for the pound and euro. Got more pound news at 9:30. I mean, it shouldn't be that important, but obviously still on the lookout for it. What you saying, Robert? No, not even that. I've just got like new carpet being laid, so I've got to fucking go live from down here. It's not really ideal, but is what it is, chat. What you saying, Lord? What you saying, Philly? Oh, you saying Drift? UJ Longs. Yeah, let me know what everyone's looking at. I mean, UJ is one of the only things you can actually trade this morning with all the fucking news. I think that is literally it. I'll be honest, UJ is literally the only thing you're going to be able to trade. The only thing. So let's hope it actually looks nice or we are fucked. I'm on shorts on Euro JPY. Are you funded or? How are you feeling? Yeah, I'm feeling sweet really, Jed. What are you saying, Josh? What are you saying, JM? What are you saying, Bite, Brando? Brandino. Let's have a look at JPY. Still moving up, really. To be fair, it is probably at a better level than it was yesterday. It's probably at a better level. So you've got CRT here. And this is shorts and Euro JPY. Yeah, the thing is we've got Euro news. Well, to be fair we don't, but we have just had Euro news. Actually don't have any more Euro news, so just the majority of prop firms, for some reason they count pound news as Euro news and Euro news as pound news. So like if you entered a Euro USD trade now, then it'd say you've traded red folder for some reason. No trade till next year, fair play. Fair play. Been in short since 82.47. I mean the yen basket's a bit weird really. Yeah, and I do still think it can come even higher, to be fair. To be honest, I think we can come higher. I think we're probably just going to come into this here. It's all the block here, so I've still got a bit of a way to come up to get there. I mean that 4-hour level looks alright, but it's just not as nice as the daily one, is it? Let's just be honest. Especially this one here actually mitigated something. You can see mitigated that other level, so then come lower. But yeah, let's have a look at UJ. It's re-tapping into this, so it should really start coming higher pretty soon. I mean, the dollar's weak as well, so it's not really an ideal thing to trade, to be honest. It's really not. Yeah, we're more just going to have to go off UJ itself, and even that, mate, it don't look the best. Doesn't look the best at all. It's just having a slow range. You even look at the monthly. Monthly's not broken out of the high or the low. The weekly, taking the low, but hasn't really been able to move up yet at all. I mean, based on the higher time frame, you would want to buy it, but we just know that the dollar's not that strong at all. Probably the two weakest pairs. I mean, supposedly people are putting their money in JPY a bit more now, since Berkshire Hathaway did it, or started to do it. Anyone on gold? Yeah, I mean, gold's one thing that always does move. I think close correlation between the euro and the pound makes prop firms class them as high impact on each other. Yeah, does make sense, I suppose. It does make sense. Does make sense. I'm in the process of switching back from futures back to FX. Why is that? Brandino. Easy price action. Yeah, especially if you trade the London session. I mean, recently Nasdaq's just, yeah, it's not been that nice at all, to be honest. Let's have a look at it. Let's have a look at Nasdaq. That's obviously the strat. To be fair, yeah, this is just obviously swept the Asia low. It's just going to go to the Asia high, innit? Just going to run up to the Asia high. That's about it. But yeah, UJ. Again, nothing really you can do on it. I mean, we haven't moved at all yet in the London session. You can see we've moved 3 pips, which is nothing, and only 18 pips, which for UJ is actually not a lot at all. I suppose you'd really want it to fill this a bit more. Fill that FVG a bit more. And then go higher. That's probably the only thing you could really look for. That's probably the only thing you could really look for. Who's seen the shitty MT5 update? And I haven't even seen it. London session usually message me up, but that's because of my mentality. What, just on futures, you mean? Yeah, going good, Rob. Going good, mate. Going good. Going good, mate. It's bullshit though. Yeah, I mean, it does sort of make, for some news is fair enough, but I mean, other ones they clearly just do it so you decided to get a payout, didn't they? It's quite obvious, to be fair. Like for the massive news, it makes sense, but for like the smaller ones, it is just bullshit. And at my trades on my chart, by clicking the top right, it used to be easy and quick, and now they've long down. What have you got to do now? Oh, you mean on MetaTrader? Let's have a look. Do you mark all your charts based on CRT? Not based on CRT, based on market structure, but then a lot of the time what happens at CRT is there. So for example, look at this previous one here. If we go back to before that most recent sell-off, you can see, you mark it out and say, alright, so the range is there to there. Just broken structure. So we're bearish, right? So we're bearish. So you'd be looking for sells, and then you'd say, right, we've got a fair value gap there. Alright, we've got a fair value gap there. Breaker structure there. So you'd want to basically enter sells from this area down to your low. But it just so happens that when you look, you do have CRT in a lot of those places. So then there you'd have CRT. Price to trade down into that low, and then obviously that's what you get. So it's not necessarily that you'd use CRT for everything, it's just basically is a nice add extra, really. There you go. So same thing there, really. You'd really want price to come up. Feel this here. So that's the idea, is you want it to come up and then fill that, but if we look at that region and then we do have CRT, then it's just an even bigger confluence, and plus it's easy to see, you literally just got to look and it's there, so it's always good to use. Yeah, trust me, Rob. Already do, to be fair, mate. Already do. 66 people watching, only 7 likes. Yeah, everyone like up the stream. That is facts, Rob. What's your take on gold? Have a look. Morning, Daniel. I waiting for that to be filled on UJ. Yeah, I'll be waiting for that to be filled, mate. It's the only really tradable pair this morning on prop firms, anyway. Not the ones we look at. Obviously, gold as well. What's your opinion on gold? Let's have a look. What does that even mean, Mehmet? What the fuck does that even mean? For gold, I'm going to want to take out this candle's low. It's a big candle there, big sell off. So I do think we're going to want to sweep out that low. Obviously it's sitting within fair value gap as well, like that. So price come down, sweep the low, and come higher like that. No trades me, going to shoot off. Fair play, John. There's fake apples for looks, and I asked to have an apple. My mate said yeah, and it's wow. Wow. Could you not blatantly tell it was fake? Don't worry, Michael. Yeah, thinking the same for gold. I'll drink to the bottom. No reason really, but I mean we've already pretty much tapped near enough 50%. So it's like, is price you're really going to want to come all the way down just to move? Just to move 0.6 pips lower? Probably not. So if it is going to want to come down, it's going to want to fill the whole thing. And probably touch that order block as well. So that's why. About the euro, we got euro news in that 5 minutes, so I have to wait for that as well. That actually does look quite nice. We're just unable to trade it really. It's kind of drying out. I mean, price action is getting a bit shifty now, but we're coming near to that CRT high. It's our main target. Main target there. We've got this imbalance there. It's just been filled during the Asia session. Well, I mean, yesterday we had that move higher that we was wanting. See off that volume area, off that max volume, price come in, shot off. We then had this imbalance marked out. We was hoping it'd tap there for the next move, but waited. Obviously after the price action was done, we came back down, mitigated this, and started moving up again. After we started moving up, there was obviously this big fair value gap on the 30 minute. We got swept the low, we got the high to trade into, so we swept the low, price traded into the high, so you just look at that continuation again. But yeah, we got the news very soon, in like 5 minutes, so you can see the Asia session printed just above that gap, came down, filled it, moved off, and then so we're just hoping to get that next extension away again. Oh yeah, no, pound news, sorry, my bad. But yeah, like what we were saying earlier is a lot of prop firms count it as, well, count them as the same, so you can't trade either of them really, which is annoying. But GF30, I mean, people like GF30, but GF30 is probably one of the deadest moving pairs I've ever seen. Like, look at that. This whole leg up, there's not really anything. Literally nothing really in this whole leg up. Turned her off. What are you in? Cells, enter the field block. That EU long has just been tempting all morning, just so much news. Yeah, trust me. That's the thing. I mean, this will be the last of it for the morning, then it's just over to the dollar. And obviously we've got news tomorrow as well, but that's a bit later on. GR30. Again, it doesn't look amazing. It just never looks that good for me. It never actually looks that good. When we are in an uptrend, so you don't want to be buying rather than selling. Taps into that order block there. If you want price to come higher, break that higher like that. Keep that on. Going down a bit. Yes, it just looks shit as it always does, to be fair. It's just honestly such a shit pair to trade. I don't know how people actually trade this pair. It's actually shit. It doesn't really tend to sweep much either. I mean, this is probably what we've really done this morning, is just tap into this order block and run. In terms of what it's due to come back into, there's just too many order blocks and stuff in there. It's not clean enough. The distribution on this is never clean either. Like, literally never clean. You probably get like one fair value gap every day on the 15-minute. It's actually respected. Obviously, you got this big one here which has just been disrespected. If you're in sells off the order block, not really something I'd massively be looking at, to be fair. I mean, let's see where the volume is. Does it even work? Okay, it doesn't even work. Sick. What are you saying, Josh? What are you saying, Chris? Yeah, more bullish news for the pound. So that's just going to continue up and up. What did it come out as? Yeah, to be fair, they predicted it massively wrong for both. It's the only reason we're having a bit of a move is because the predictions were fucking massively off. I thought it was basically going to stay the same. And it went up quite a bit, which is obviously good for currency. It's PMI. See, services being the main one. You can see it didn't really move too much until the services one finally come out. Where you can see a decent little movement there. Right, yeah, so we can see the pound starting to actually gain a bit of strength back after that massive retracement. It's kind of good to know after all that news as well, so we've sort of got a bit of an idea of where we're headed. Looks like we're really going to be continuing, well, so far it looks like we're going to be continuing this 4-hour bearish trend. Let's go lower. Well, at least that news is all done now, so we can actually have a look at stuff. To be fair, yen pairs don't look good really this morning. This move obviously always moves during Asia, but then right now it just hasn't moved at all really. Literally just been sideways for all of them. GJ obviously moving because that news was quite strong for it. Euro nothing. Wow, that was kind of unlucky. Wow, that just sums up why you shouldn't be in a dickhead with your stop loss. Look at that. Was that really worth the fucking... Is that really worth it? Obviously not. Should have just put the stop loss there. Would have actually had a decent bit of profit. I mean, pretty sure that was news, so you would have had to close it anyway, but actually no, you wouldn't. There was no news. Anyway, yeah, JPY pairs not really the best this morning, to be fair. What you saying, Shapeshifter? What you saying, Chris? What you saying? I think EU has news in 30 minutes. Nah, unless it's orange folder. Nah, it doesn't. There's no news left till 1:30, where we've got all this dollar news, retail sales, earnings, NFP change, or NFE. Even gold not moving. Yeah, the London sessions this week have been quite dead. I mean, it's to be expected because the amount of news. To be fair, actually, yesterday was nice. Your London session yesterday was bare nice. You could see we had that fast, quick move because we knew today was just going to be filled with news. EU's actually, these last 2 days, been moving alright, actually. I mean, today you couldn't have really caught anything on GU, but could have potentially caught a buy there, to be fair. I've got some geezer here to do the flooring and all that shit. Let me mute it for a sec. I'll just unmute anyway. What confidence would you normally look for before entering, if you don't mind explaining? I mean, the confluence before entering, if you mean like the final confluence, best one really we use is the inversions. So the inversion fair value gaps. Obviously you got price trending in one direction. So you're saying confluent, like entry confirmation. So obviously your buyer saying you're already bullish, for example. Then you'd wait for an inversion. So like right there. Because in these bullish or these bearish fair value gaps, you can see we should just tap into them. Like there. Should just tap into them and move down. That's how we should move. So we should get the exact same thing here. You've got another fair value gap there. Price should just come into it and then move down. So what you look for is price to close above. You can see this candle here actually closes above the fair value gap, which shows that it's being rejected and that we're no longer in the downtrend, and we're actually going to shift and eventually break these highs and move in an uptrend. So this is the main thing we look for. And we mainly look for this on either the 5 minute or the 15-minute time frame. Or one in the air if Slapo's gay. I don't even know. Slapo's in Thailand, isn't he? You and Slapo have got some ongoing beef. Some ongoing beef. Fucking hell. Cheers, lad, no worries, but it didn't respect the 5 minute IFEG. It just clearly did though. Wait, what do you mean? It did. Are you blind? So you've got the fair value gap there, right? Let's get rid of this. Fair value gap there. Yeah. Wait for it to be disrespected. Yep. And then we just don't want it to be closed below again, or it'll be at least one price to tap into it and then go higher. There you go. It's literally exactly what we want. A previous one. Well, yeah, of course, but that's what I'm saying. That's why I prefaced it with saying entry confirmation. It's going to happen all the time at random points. I mean, it's not just there. It probably happens loads of times. But the point is, when it's at a significant point, like here after we've just swept a low, like the Asia low, it's always normally prayers for reversals. So you can see it swept a low, so now it actually means something if it closes above. You actually look for it to disrespect it and then continue. Round here, if you're looking at the same thing here, you just cooked anyway, because I mean for a start it's like 650. And yeah, it's just nowhere near as good. You want to wait for it to actually sweep something first, and then you look for it. Like you can't just look for the thing as a standalone. You need to have it all together. Love Slapper, he's my little bro. I'm sure he's definitely older than you as well. No worries, Lord. Yeah, just about missed out. Who's in anything right now? DXY continuing down. DXY's got that 4-hour CRT. It's like the only one. Well, it's not the only one, but it's actually got a decent little higher time frame there. So you've got the swing low as well, which also needs to be traded into. So DXY should definitely continue down to this. Hopefully before the news as well. So then after the news, it can go like that, or it can go like that, whatever it wants to do. What news? What's the news? sweet. Euro JPY. Don't know, man. Don't know about Euro JPY, to be fair. None of the JPYs look good, especially right now. Fundamentally, we're not sure if it could actually start moving a little bit more bullish, especially after all of this news for the rest of the week. We do have news on Friday. To be fair, this will be important for the yen as well. But yeah, we're not sure. Really want price to come into that first at least. So it's not really massively a clear direction, but as much as we want it to come in, not really that much evidence that we're going to be moving higher just yet either. So it's one of them difficult ones. I suppose if you was looking for anything, you would really be looking for sells. Maybe not all the way down, but probably at least to this CRT low. How far away is that? 44 points. It's not miles away, to be fair. Sorry, USD JPY. Oh yeah, I mean, typically it's literally just about missed. That's fucking annoying. Yeah, less than a pip. We'll see how it plays out anyway. May as well draw it on. Hopefully it comes back down, but at least we've got something to look at while we're waiting. At least we've got something to look at now. Even the price action on the yen basket's not really giving much. Not really giving much. It's got this fair value gap that we can't really seem to trade out of. So yeah, so we've got this Asia low here as well, which we should really come into. First, so we've got a few targets, we've got that, and then we've got this down here as well, so hopefully this can come down again though, it will be nice. Just a little bit more. You can actually place a trade on that as well, just because you're actually allowed. Yeah, to be fair, it does look like the best positioned one, really. I mean, GJ, we know the pound's strong. Let's get rid of all these old levels. What's this daily level? Yeah. This is the one as well. You would sort of want this to come lower, but that's the JPY is in a weird spot right now. He's in a weird spot, but right now he's moving in the direction we'd really want. The only problem is his DXY is really just as weak, so both sort of just slowly moving to the downside. I mean, just depends if there's any momentum that's due to kick him. This one's actually coming down a bit. Actually, let's check. Let's check the. We do have the CRT here, similar to how we have it on DXY, which has actually already been completed. You can see New York high swept, New York low to trade into. Same thing, New York high swept, New York high swept, and then the CRT up there. Low to then trade into. So it is looking pretty similar. Just seems like the UJ is just a little bit ahead. Let's mark on the start on there. Right, you can see there's a lot of volume there, which is nice. Exactly what you really want. What time frame's this? Oh, it's the same fucking shitty level, isn't it? We'll do the same on this bigger range. Similar thing though, really. You can see that obviously there is the max volume up there, but basically this level here is where there's a lot of buyers and sellers, even buyers and sellers as well. Let's draw out the actual levels that's containing. So mainly this middle region here, really, innit? Basically there. We can see the same thing, really, if you see price has just been trading in and around that area of volume. Obviously, it's always happy to trade in an area of high volume. It means there's where is everyone? I don't even know, bro. To be fair, there is like 90 people in here. Well, Nasdaq. So it's going to find it difficult to break out of that range, but as soon as it manages to break out fully, it'll be nice. So we had you can see, especially on the hourly, hasn't really been able to close above that sort of region. So I mean, we've got 10 minutes left. Hopefully we can close above that on the hourly. And give like a solid confirmation we're moving away from it. So I know it didn't tap into the level just yet, but it was like a pip off. Hopefully it can come back down, but we'll still monitor it, see how it does. What's gold doing? Gold not moving. GU just staying there. Yeah, I mean, it's nice we saw that move complete. I mean, it's been nice. ALG's been nice. That moved nice. See, took the Asia low, moved up to the high, took the high, moved down into the low. See, after that big sell-off, got the inversion, retap. So textbook, really. I mean, you could have even drawn on your this is the simplest way of doing it, just draw on the OTE. That there, you can see, tapped right into the 50% of the OTE, bottom, moved higher. Appreciate that trend. Yeah, everyone drop a like. Slappo trade signals, I don't know. Yeah, not sure, to be fair. Actually not sure. Actually, yeah, I'm not sure, man. Will Nasdaq moving 24/7 affect us? What do you mean, bro? What do you mean, will it affect us? What do you mean? What do you mean, mate? Wouldn't say it would affect. All PD arrays will work the same way. Yeah, I mean, it's not really gonna Not really going to affect us massively. I mean, Nasdaq is still going to move majority of the time in the New York session. That's why people love trading it. You can see. Always the distribution's always going to come during the US session. You just got to look at what it is. It's always going to move the most during the New York session because it's an American-based asset. So you're never going to get like a huge move during the London session. And sometimes you will, but it's not really something you want to trade, because if there's a huge move during the London session, it's normally like a flash crash or something like that, which obviously you don't really want to be a part of. We've got 7 minutes left of the close. It's looking potential that we could actually close above. Only about 3 more pips. The range is mad small for UJ compared to what it normally is. Let's see if we can get that close above on the hourly. Yeah, man, everyone drop a like on the stream. Drop a like on the stream. How are we doing on YouTube actually? This video is doing good. 80k views on that one. Decent amount of likes as well. 167, wow. Where's the other one? How many likes did this one get? 76. Bro using the 2012 Wojaks. The troll memes. 5 minutes left. Can you use fixed range for supply and demand strategy? Yeah, definitely, bro. It'll probably work even better. Because it shows you the levels where. The thing is, all the volume is, it just shows when people are happy to participate in the market. And it's like there's other things you can take from it as well. I can do a part 2 on it. But like, for example, on Bitcoin's quite good because you get like massive anomalies. I'll show you on Bitcoin. I'll show you another way you can use it. So, for example, look, let's just draw it on here. So do it on this high to this low. Bitcoin's better because obviously you can see way more the actual buyers and sellers. So for example here, I highlighted this area because you can see obviously it's quite high in volume as it is, but then you can also see it's like 90% sellers. So the volume's purely coming from the sellers. And what you can normally see as well is say it's like this, so you get it like 90% sellers, but then the market still moves down. Or say, for example, here, right? So look, you can see here, right? The majority of them's buyers, not as heavily as this was sellers. But you see here, majority of them were buyers, right? So when there's obviously loads of buyers, but they still couldn't really push the price higher. So you can see the volume's from here to here. So let me just draw the line on. There to there. So you can see there's basically majority of people here were buying, but they was unable to really push the market any higher, right? Market just went down. It basically shows you that there's no smart money involved here, because because they're all weak buyers. None of them they're not strong buyers, otherwise they'll be able to push the market higher. All the buyers here, they're weak buyers. They're not playing with massive amounts of volume. So you want to look for the opposite of that, and then you can see that there. So, and then obviously the opposite of that is this clearly is people with high volume, because there's a load of sellers, and they actually was able to push the market lower. Versus here, there was loads of buyers, but they wasn't able to push the market any higher, which tells us that these people that stepped into the market here, they're not smart money. They're not people that are really going to move the market, right? It's participation, but they're not going to move the market. Which is why you can see price didn't really respect this level anywhere near as much as it respected this level here. This level actually massively respected it. See, we came in and actually respected it because these people were the people that will actually move the market. Smart money are willing to step in at this point, but they clearly weren't willing to step in at this point. 2 secs, chat. Need that clip in. Two six. So change your row size to 200 and your fixed, and your value area volume to. Change your row size to 200 and value area volume to 70. Why is that? What's that gonna do? I don't normally even change the value area. To. Oh yeah, 200 just gives you more rows. I do hear it, but it just kind of makes it a bit too confusing. I suppose it is a little bit better. I wouldn't go as far as 200 because there's just way too many levels. I mean, it looks alright. I'd more go for like, I don't know, 48 or something. 48 seems a little bit more reasonable because the main thing is you want to see like chunks. For me anyway, I don't really want to see like every single specific area. Do you know what I mean? I can still see basically the same thing. It's just this chunk, that chunk there. Do you know what I mean? We're not trying to be massively specific here and see like this specific tiny level. So let's have a look at this level anyway. Let's have a look at this level. Yeah, see, like it's just not really what you need to see. I mean, I'd still just say this area here as a general sort of area. And when you put it on 48, you really get the same thing. You sort of get the exact same thing, really. I mean, I had it on 24, which is, and then yeah, that just tells you again, just broadens it a little bit. That's what I'd really want to do. Is just see, look, for me, that just is way clearer because you can clearly just see an area, a chunk, an area where it's actually bigger. But yeah, I mean, use it however you want. If you find it easier to use it on 200, then use it on 200. But you just don't want to fall into the trap of trying to be too specific with it. Now you see low volume and high volume areas clearer. Yeah, fair play. I mean, just use it however you want. If that's how it makes sense to you, that's how it makes sense to you. We just use it as like a general area anyway. We're not trying to actually catch a specific move off of that. Let's just look at like one we can actually use. What's had a nice, decent little range? Here, for example, let's have a look at this. See here, again, you just got your max volume chunk there. You can highlight your area and then bomb. You can see your volume. What I would do is I'd also go on the 1 minute and actually see the area of consolidation. So I just looked at it's around there and say, right, it's basically here. So yeah, it's like there. Yeah, that's really what I'd say. Along that consolidation there. And that'll be enough for me. Maybe it would be, but let's have a look. Let's have a look. See, on this call you might make it a little bit more specific. And maybe you'll only do these two, or maybe these 3 specific candles. But that doesn't really make it any more accurate. In fact, it's probably going to make it a little less accurate because, again, you're trying to catch it too specifically. You're never going to be able to catch it bang on with this indicator. Yeah, as I said, just use it however you want to use it, mate. If that's how you find it useful, then fair play. Again, you don't really care massively about the actual level. It's like about the level itself. I want to see where the volume is, and then highlight that actual area. I want to see what price point that actually translates into. So you can see there's the consolidation here that we actually want to come into. It's not really it's not this line that we want to come into. It's this consolidation where there has been previous volume. So I'm just using it as an area to see where that is, and it's like cool. It's this consolidation here. So you'd highlight this consolidation, ignoring the actual line itself, and more just saying this actual consolidation there is where you'd want price to react to. And obviously we had that fair value gap marked anyway, so it was quite nice to see that. Yeah, good modus. Mode. Yeah, going well, mate. Yeah, just seen your message. Yeah, man, just shot me a message back. No worries, Enoch. That needs clipping. Yeah, you can just rewind it and clip it up if you want, bro. I should have clipped it myself, to be fair. I should have recorded it. We're recording now anyway, but should have really recorded that earlier. Forgot to click record on this stream. Is what it is. Okay, this is JPL. Hopefully it's going to come back in. Just move out of the way again. Morning from sunny Dubai. Morning reality. How long are you in Dubai for? I saw a few of your videos out there. Ten days, nice. Banging that just before Christmas. What do you mean 10 days from now? Miss your streams. Yeah, what's the time difference? I think they're like 3 hours ahead or something. Probably sunbathing. 40 as a row size is good enough for me. Yeah, choose what you want. I'm sure I'll be alright, Mehmet. I'm sure I'll be fine. Okay, now. Yeah, chat, I don't know if you can hear that, but that is fucking loud, mate. Fucking loud. Let me... Fucking hell. I mean, yeah, this is obviously way too fucking loud. Can't even hear myself. But yeah, I'm gonna jump off. I'll probably jump on a bit later for the New York session, so I've got to cut this one short. So, yeah, it's new carpet being laid. I did not realise it was gonna be this loud. I mean, fucking hell, what they're doing, putting the wall through. But anyway, oh, you're getting swatted. Is that a gunshot? Sounds like a building work there. Yeah, that's what I mean. I'm going to have to jump off because obviously you man can't sit through that. Yeah, please. I'll see how long it's going to last. I haven't paid someone back for a fucking scores. Banging my door off the hinges. Oh, my old man's gone to ask how long it'll be. If it's gonna be like longer than fucking 5 minutes, then I'm just gonna have to jump off, which is insanity. I'll just reload it later. Yeah, I think it's gonna last half hour, so I'll jump off now and then I'll reload it in half hour's time. But yeah, chat, appreciate you tuning in. I don't know, yeah, I would love to stay on, but obviously can't, so I'm just gonna reload it in half hour's time. Big up for tuning in. What I'm gonna do, I'll be active in the Discord. I'll be talking in the free chat, going for everything else. Fuck me, that was loud. But yeah, anyway, chat, I'll catch you in a bit. Appreciate you tuning in. Fucking hell, literally right above my head as well. But anyway, yeah, appreciate that, boys. I'll catch you when I reload it in a bit. I'll be active in the Discord, so if you need anything, just drop me a message. Sweet people.